everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful night. I am so excited to be here with Kaori tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about November and how things have been, and also about the Kinshasa School of Hope, which we've been talking about a lot this month. And I'm so honored to be here with you, Kaori. Thanks for having me.
Goodness, no, thank you. Allison, you have been rocking it. You have been rocking. You're amazing. You're the best intern we've ever had. Soon, you're not going to be an intern, but you're going to be the real staff, and I'm super happy about it. Yeah. And hi, everyone, whoever that is watching right now.
Yes, glad you're here. This is it. We're almost to December. It's gone by so fast.
Right? Seriously. It's
for sure.
The crazy year of COVID.
Yeah. So wild. It's 2021 is on the way, so maybe we'll get a new start. But yeah, what's going on at the school? I mean, you obviously have been there in person, right, to see the construction.
Right. Okay. So first of all, I would just say, so Music Beyond is an organization that I founded 6 years ago. And it's in a nutshell, basically, we use the power of music to empower and transform people's lives in Congo, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, in Central Africa, through education, mentorship, performance opportunities, and collaboration. And we have been providing teacher training program, a music teacher training program, and women's empowerment program, curriculum building for the school, and platform to sort of nurture and support wider artistic talent in DRC. We have been working with this particular group called the Kinshasa Symphony Orchestra. They are the all self-taught symphony orchestra that started with just a couple of members and now grew to be over 200 members, including choir. So now they had this dream of building their own music school. That was a long time dream of theirs. And finally, since 2 years, less than 2 years, they started it. They bought the land. I remember the day that they told me that they bought the land. I remember the day that they said, we are breaking in.
Yeah. So exciting.
Yeah. Exactly. And then I was there shortly after, and it was just a big space and the hole on the ground. And they work, but it's this entire community of the orchestra, but also this neighborhood where the orchestra resides. They all came together and they're working morning, noon, and night. And now it's a 4-story building that it's almost finished. And it's absolutely incredible what they have done. Until now, as Music Beyond, until recently, we have been sort of helping them with the software part of the school, like the curriculum, the training, the teachers, things like that, because we wanted it to be their school. I didn't want it to be Music Beyond school, So they did it. Everything is theirs. They can take the complete ownership. We were just there to help so that the education level is going to be higher later on once the school started. But now that I've seen how much they've actually achieved, and the curriculum is good, it's good to go. So now we should actually find a way to support them in a wider range of things. So we are working with the international communities in Kinshasa, in Congo, to install solar panels, because the electricity is always a problem in Congo. So solar panels make sense, but it's very expensive to purchase. No? So we are trying to sort of negotiate with people. Same with water systems, to make sure that they will have running water. If it's a school, if there's no running water, one child become malaria or become sick, everybody will get it.
Yeah.
Right? So having the water is an extremely important thing. So we are trying to do that. And then now we have been doing this fundraiser to buy desks and chairs and new instruments and fire extinguishers and doors and windows and all this exciting stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, today is the last day. This is the last night in the States. This is the last night. And yeah, with your support, how much do we have now? Allison, do you know? Like that?
I think it's close to almost 4,000. I think we're almost to 4,000. Let me double check. It might be 3,000 or 4,000, but we're really on our way.
Okay, so we are at $3,989.
89. How much is that? Only like 11 and then we'll be to
It's
11.
11, exactly. $11, then it's gonna be $4,000.
Who's gonna give us who's
Yeah,
gonna give us
exactly.
4,000?
Who can spare? Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So probably what we should do is all throughout, like we'll be talking about Kinshasa, we can talk about flute, we can talk about anything you guys want to talk about. But if you can, Alison, find a way to put that in the chat box or whatever,
Oh, let me go ahead and see.
whatever you have that on
Yeah.
Facebook, so that
Sure.
you know the first person to push us over $4,000, I will love you forever. How's that?
I
Right.
love
And
it.
then our goal is 4,500, just so you know.
You're so close. So close.
Right. So, hopefully we can get there. That would be amazing. But we'll see. And because we are using Zoom right now, I don't even know how to. Can you see both? Can you actually see
I just tried to
Allison?
comment on Facebook and then I can also see Zoom here. Let's see if my comment went through on Facebook.
Okay. I have no idea how this is working.
Yeah, I mean, I have loved being able to watch the school and the community really grow. Like, I think one of the most unique things about it is just getting to see how much it empowers the community. Like, I don't know if any of you tuned into our school webinar and you got to meet Christian, the oboist.
Yeah.
And seeing him, I mean, they sent us a video of him teaching another little girl how to play the oboe. And, it's just empowering the community to keep educating each other. It's a super safe place. It's going to have libraries and tons of resources and tools. And like Kaori said, I mean, they're really building it by hand, by themselves. I mean, it's their dream that they are becoming a reality. And I just feel so honored to be able to be a part of it in like any small way, whether that's like $5 or, sharing a post about it. It's just such an honor to like come alongside these people and support them because they're doing amazing work. They really are.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, I completely agree. It's Christian, like you talk about Christian, he's now a brilliant oboist, and so that's why he's teaching this young girl, right? But when I first started going there, he was the one who sounded like a duck. You know? He was a beginner. He was a beginner oboist, and like how oboe goes. It's like, like in the beginning, oboe is a really difficult instrument. It really is,
Yeah.
And then he was like, but like that's what he was doing.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then so he was taught by a brilliant oboist whom I was teaching then, was an adult oboist, and then so Christian was his student, and then over time Christian now became the teacher. And that's
awesome.
just amazing. And then I taught Christian, like I gave Christian the curriculum for the school, so like he can test it out. That's what we have been doing for last year or so.
Yeah.
Basically, I made the curriculum, I give it to them, and
Yeah.
then but who knows what works, what doesn't work. So
Right.
I want them to test it. So like they already have like some community kids that they loosely teach. So like I was like, okay, use them, work with them, and then 3 months later I need a feedback. It's like, okay, Kaori, we tried to do this worked great, but this took longer than you said, or this was a little bit, you took 3 weeks to do this, but it was a little bit too long, or things like that, so we can make the modification. And that's what we have been doing. So and then so Christians seem to be doing well.
I mean, I know we
Exciting.
have like a lot of musicians on this page. I'm curious, how has you teaching flute and being involved in that like helped with this curriculum at the school? Like, does it connect in any way, do you feel?
Absolutely. I think teaching the beginner, it's pretty much the same anywhere in the world. I think I believe in that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, yes, you know. And but I don't do a lot of fun stuff. I'm a really boring teacher. If you're, you know, if you're watching, and then if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend coming to me because that would be very boring. Um, but
Scales.
you will get very good fundamental,
Mm-hmm.
because I believe in fundamentals. I really do.
Yeah.
So as like a little kid, I would try to make it fun by singing and whatever, clapping, all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And by in terms of like, you know, instrument uh, fundamental study thing, is very much the same. Like the long tone, like 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, rest, rest.
Mm-hmm.
One more time, 1, 2. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it sounds like you could do that in your sleep at this point, you know? You're like an
But the thing
expert
is
at
that
it
it
now.
works. That's the
Yeah.
thing, and that's
Yeah.
what I wanted them to test too. So that's why I gave those, you know, ideas to the musicians that I'm teaching in Kinshasa, to see like, okay, try it and see what happens. And then they're like, Kaori, oh my God, this worked. That's usually 98% of the time that has been the feedback. So that's been good. So yeah. Oh, you are on mute. Hello?
Hello. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Awesome.
So yeah, so that's what's been happening.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see here. It doesn't look like we have any questions yet, but if y'all want to go ahead and ask any questions for Kaori or I about anything, flute, music beyond, what our favorite color is, your favorite song, you
Oh
know.
wait, so we wanted to do this what is that called? Instagram thing too, right? How are we gonna do that? Are we still gonna try this?
Oh, live stream on Instagram as well.
Yeah, how can we do that?
Let me see if I can get it going on my
So
phone.
we just need a phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is like serious. Okay, so can you oh, this is funny. I don't know how to do this.
I
You want to
know.
go
I'm looking at
from, let me see.
the
What if
if
I
anybody
do?
knows how to go live on Instagram and Facebook at the same time, you should let us know how.
No, we should do it with a phone. So do you have a phone with you?
Let me see. Yes, I do. I'm trying to find the aha, here it is. Okay. So I am starting the live on Music Beyond's account.
Okay. All right. And then I will, oh, this is funny. Okay. Like that. Oh, hey, you're live. Okay. So, and then I'm in there. Can you
All
let me
right.
in?
Let me see. Hi everyone. I'm trying to let Kaori into this live. Can you request to be a part of it? I just waved at you.
Ooh, request. Oh, request to join. Here we go. Send request.
Okay. Awesome. Let me see. Hi everyone.
Hello, hello.
Awesome. All right. Kaori is here, y'all. I hope you're having a great night so far.
Okay, it's freezing.
It looks like it's loading.
Oh, loading.
Yes.
Boom. Connecting.
Perfect.
I think it's
Perfect.
working. Oh my goodness.
We did it. Yay!
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Hold on. I'm turning my volume off on my phone.
Yeah, I did that too.
Hi everyone. Hi Instagram and Facebook too.
Hi Instagram. Hi Facebook. So now we are officially on Facebook and Instagram at the same time, I'm guessing,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
That's pretty amazing. I don't know how this is working, but it's working.
I know. So wild.
Technology,
Right? Speaking of
seriously.
technology, it's been so cool. I mean, you're still getting to work with the ladies over Zoom, right?
Yes, we have been doing this every week,
Wow.
every Tuesday. Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern. If anybody wants to come join, let me know. But yeah, so we have been doing this every week, and we just finished this big music festival kind of thing called Art of Hope, and they did it remote concert.
Mhm.
We did the whole recording and everything. So it's the COVID when the COVID hit, I was worried that, oh God, what is going to happen this year? Like everybody was, I'm sure, for many reasons. We all were worried, um, but then I realized that where there's a will, there's a way. You
Absolutely.
know, I think
Yeah.
when something like that happened, we should be really absolutely grateful that we are safe. We did lose a musician.
Mm,
Her
yeah.
name was Julie, and she died. And we don't know if it's from COVID or not,
Mm.
because they can't really afford to go to a hospital, so they don't know. You know, those kind of things.
Right.
Oh my God, I see you, Jean-Claude. How are you, Jean-Claude? Yeah, and who else is there? Interesting. Yeah, so you know, but yeah, we decided to just push through, and we found a way to do it. You know, in the beginning it was 3G internet. You know, 3G. Remember, it was like, woof. It's basically like a dial-up connection. So we would play, and like 2 seconds later, everything freeze for a while, and then it started moving again, and then it freeze again. You know, we did
Too
that for a while,
funny.
but it worked in the end. Hi,
Yeah.
Erica. Yeah. So
That's awesome. I mean, I still remember watching Jan and the ladies try to figure out the microphone for the first time with the Zoom and the new webcam, and it was like
I
all
know.
super exciting. But it's so cool how like technology has been able to really,
Absolutely. And then like by now the ladies are used to it, but in the beginning it was really fun, yeah. It was because they haven't seen anything like that before. So, like you can't really comprehend it. Like they would be like, why is Kaori talking to me right now? Wait, what is happening? That kind of thing. It was really, really interesting. But
so
yeah,
funny.
it worked. It worked. So
So funny. Let's
yeah.
see. It looks like my okay, I think we're back. My live on Instagram paused for some reason, but we're back now.
Oh, okay. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hi everyone. We are doing this Facebook and Instagram at the same time,
Yes.
both on live, and very good to see all of you.
We are multitasking.
We are
Yes,
somehow we are
for
making
sure.
it happen.
For
So,
sure.
hopefully it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
let's see. Art of Hope just finished up, and the ladies knocked it out of the park at their talk about women's empowerment. Incredible. The concert was amazing. I am so excited about, I just love hearing the music that comes out of, Kinshasa and Congo. And I don't know, it was super incredible.
you know, Art of Hope was not only that ladies, but it was there was slum poetry person, there was trumpeter, there was a singer-songwriter, things like that from all over Congo. And they're legitimately really talented.
Mm-hmm.
But what moved me so much is that they're really sincere. Their love for music is not about ego,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or it's not about anything superficial or anything, it's not about, but they're doing that to live like a human being, to
Mm-hmm.
feel like a human being. And they're really truly expressing themselves. They're feeling alive, and we can see that.
Hmm.
You know, that's why it's so powerful.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
you know, I just find that really incredible. You know, same with the ladies. Are they technically perfect? Maybe not. Are their instrument top-notch quality? Certainly not. You know, they're playing in in an environment it's 100 degrees and 98% humidity with a lot of dust. You know, the dust is humid too, so it's kind of like sticky dust. It's terrible. It's really like, you know, but you play in that environment, playing the violin, playing the cello, playing the flute, and making beautiful music, all sweaty.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
it's like there's something to it, really, I think.
For sure. In a way,
Yeah,
I feel like it's almost, the purest form of music because
yeah,
there's no ulterior motive, there's nothing, it's just the music. And that's
right.
why they love it. And that is from the very first time I like saw Music Beyond, like that was what was the most inspiring to me.
Mm, mm, mm,
Um,
mm, mm.
it was just music and it was just being human, and
Yeah,
I loved it. I loved it.
exactly, exactly. And
Yeah.
that's that's how music was born, and that's how music survived all these centuries. And
Hmm. Yeah,
you know, I
absolutely.
think so.
Hmm.
They remind. I mean, I came from a very conventional classical music background where my parents are classical musicians, my sister's a classical musician, and it's all about hard training and winning competitions and, you know,
Yeah.
going into this master classes all over the world and blah blah blah. And
Hmm.
you know, and as much as I'm grateful for that education that I had, at the same time I realized that I was almost forgetting why I play music
Yeah,
until
absolutely.
I met them.
Yeah.
You know, I was becoming a flutist that is playing the flute as a self-validation. Like,
Mm.
I was doing that to gauge my fame and, you know, something that was very external rather than internal, you know?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
absolutely.
See,
Yeah.
Alison, I told you, whenever I talk about Music Beyond, I get too serious. So we have to change that.
No, I loved listening and I loved
Sorry.
that you were able to share that. No, and I think that in a way you and I have had kind of similar journeys with this, coming from that
Right,
classical music background and running, trying to win competitions. And, at one point or another, you don't feel like the joy that you used to feel playing music and you forget why you're
right.
doing it.
Yeah,
But I don't know,
yeah.
like, I agree. Like, I remember you inviting me to a workshop with the ladies and just
Mm-hmm.
thinking, like, wow, like they're just playing a scale and somehow they're smiling and laughing and it's fun because a scale is music and they
Right.
just love it. And I
Yeah,
thought, when was the last time that I played a scale and I was smiling and laughing afterwards,
right.
Like, that is the beauty of music. And I think, like, at its
Exactly.
core, that's what music is supposed to be, like
Right.
how much joy we can have because we take this inanimate object and make it sing.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
I mean, I
Exactly.
love that. And the ladies are so inspiring.
They're strong.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
very, very, very strong, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, so I feel really privileged to work with them for sure.
Oh,
For
yeah,
sure, for sure.
absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
and I think it's so cool to see the ladies branching out too. Like Paulette she started her own women's empowerment organization and
Yeah.
organic food company, and she's a violinist with Music Beyond. And it's so cool to see how, I don't know, like there's this greater picture, that people are using music to help others and to reach their community.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's like and the Paulette case is she told me that she always wanted to do it. She always thought there's something to this whole idea of woman supporting woman,
Hmm.
because they do support women in the community
Hmm.
because they do have to stick together. They have a very good reason why they should stick together. So they do that. But she wanted to do that in a wider community. And she said that after this Music Beyond and Women's Ensemble, she felt like, okay, this makes
Yeah.
sense. I'm gonna do it. And she did it. You know, she
Yeah.
has her own NGO in Congo to support
Incredible.
women. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome. That is so cool. I think it's just, I don't know, Music is Beyond has been around 6 years now. And I just
Yeah.
think it's really cool to see how, it's grown and it's changed and it's survived. It is still in Congo and y'all are still helping people, after 6 years, which I know that with the way things are in Congo, like that's like kind of hard to be able to like keep in touch and stay in contact and always be working together. But I love the efforts even now, like during COVID, that y'all are making to stay in touch and to keep doing workshops and keep music alive. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it really tells something about Music Beyond, that even when we're separated by COVID, there's still music happening and they're still working on the Kinshasa School of Hope. It's just, it really goes to show that it is their own dreams and their own work and empowering them.
Music Beyond is a small organization. We cannot do much, but what I swear to myself is that if, as long as I continue doing this, I will always be present for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be one thing that is reliable for them,
Yeah.
because nothing is really reliable for them. The government is not there. A lot of things is, their life is hard.
Yeah.
And then even had, there are some people that would come in to this orchestra, and then they would just come in and they would, work for a week, and they would leave and they won't come back.
Yeah.
Right? So like, I did not want to be that person. I wanted to be that person that's like, listen, I'm always here whenever you need me.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
we are doing this weekly workshop, but I don't force people to come every week at all, because everybody, like, the life there is like, you have to find a job every day to
Mm-hmm.
survive. You have to get up, you have to find a job to put the food on the table on that day.
Mm-hmm.
So if they find work, yeah, sure, they should go to work,
Yeah.
right?
No.
So that's absolutely fine for me. So, but I am there every Tuesday at certain time until certain time. If you come, you come. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think that's the way to do it, really.
Yeah. And
And
I love it. And it's, I don't know, it seems like within Music Beyond and the Women's Orchestra, I mean, it's kind of turned into this little family, and everybody is super supportive of each other. And so just having like a community you can come back to in the midst of all the chaos, like, I mean,
right,
that in
right,
and of itself, even if there wasn't music involved at all, is so powerful just to have that community. And then when you add the benefits of music on top of it, it's just,
right. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It is.
truly,
It is
truly.
definitely.
For
It's
sure.
definitely
I think
something.
one of the first stories you told me about Music Beyond was about the bassoonist. His name's Jerry, right? Um,
Same. Yeah, Jose.
Jose.
Jose. Yeah.
And then about his reed that he kept with him, right?
Mhm. Mhm. So he was. I met him for the first time. He was walking around like this, always. This is the reed. He's always like walking like this, right? So I was like, wow, you must really like that reed. And it's like, yeah, this is like very important for me. And it's like, okay, that's great. It's a special reed. It's like, yeah, last time when my teacher from Germany came and he gave this to me, and he said he's gonna bring another one next time. So I'm just hanging on to this reed. And he is talking about how wonderful that session was with this German teacher, whatever, everything, in a way that it was yesterday, right? So I asked him, he's like, wow, that's wonderful. When was this? When did you, when was this teacher? It's like 3 years ago. So this guy, and he's an adult. Jose is an adult. He's in his 40s, I think. He's carrying around a bassoon reed for 3 years, remembering everything that he's learned from this teacher in Germany 3 years ago, like it was yesterday,
Yeah.
and waiting for him to come back like it's tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow.
That's how he is. And that's
Yeah.
how everybody is.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, I thought it's like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this head on.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I'm going to do this absolutely head first and go all in because they deserve it,
Yeah.
you
Absolutely.
know.
For sure.
So,
Yeah.
and I
And
never
I
looked
mean, I
back.
think it really goes to show, you know, like one, how impactful music is, that he would keep this bassoon reed with him for years. And two, like how unique it is that Music Beyond is able to stay and be present, and like how much that's changed lives for sure. I think that's
Mm.
so awesome.
You know,
I Go ahead,
I have,
sorry.
oh, no, go ahead. You know, I have a friend. He is a Congolese, what's the word? Not a mathematician. What's the word? Economist that teaches in a very good university in Japan. So he's like Congo-Japan connection person. He wanted to take a meeting with me. I had never met him. He started following me on Twitter, and he said, you know, it's like, well, I want to meet you. I was like, why does an economist want to meet with me? You know, economist is all about economical growth and whatever, development, all these things. And then music is like, you know, we always had the problem with our funders. It's like, well, but you are not giving them money. You're not blah, blah, blah. That had been sort of, you know, people tell me that. And then I always had a hard time coming back with the correct thing to say. Anyway, he wanted to take a meeting. I met him. I asked him, it's like, why did you want to meet me? You know, I thought it's like maybe, and then he said, do you know what is the best currency, the strongest currency with the best exchange rate?
Hmm.
And I said, I don't know, it's dollars. No, it cannot be dollars. It's a euro. It's a pound. Is it Swiss franc? You know what I mean? Like I was trying to,
Yeah.
I was legitimately trying to answer the question. And then he said, no, it is self-confidence.
Yeah.
And he said that because when you have self-confidence, you have confidence enough to seek for higher education.
Yeah. It's powerful.
If you have higher education, you have a better chance of getting a good job. When you have a good job, you're going to buy a house and a car and look for nicer things in life. That's how the economy works.
Yeah.
That's how a country develops.
Mm-hmm.
All these countries like Japan or the United States or any of these developed nations developed because there were enough people who believed in themselves.
Yeah.
Who believed in themselves and saying like, okay, this is worth it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to work hard, but I'm going to make it. Collectively, everybody did that. And as a result, the country grew. And that's exactly what's missing in Congo.
Yeah.
Him being Congolese, he was telling me that. And then you, the Music Beyond, is giving them the confidence that they need. That's why I absolutely believe in Music Beyond, and that's why I think you're actually doing this economical development without giving them money.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
which I was really moved by it, and then I thanked him for believing in that. But I always like try to have that in my mind, you know, and very much Music Beyond is not about bringing out the next best classical musician, like best classical music star from Congo. If it happens, that's great, but that's not really the sole goal of it. But the
Yeah.
goal is that they will have enough confidence in themselves so that they can find the path in their life, whatever that it might be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like Paulette. And then so she would start her own non-profit organization, like Julie, who passed, started her own juice company.
Yeah. Many of the women own their own businesses as well, and they
Exactly.
sell
Yeah,
things and they feel confident enough to
right. And
impact
then
people. And
the
so
guys too, for example, this Christian, we were talking about Christian's teacher whom I was teaching. He's a brilliant oboist, he still is, but he hasn't been coming to the orchestra too often because he's too busy as a journalist. So
mm,
now he's like a journalist going all over town, writing articles and being on radio and things. And he's like a,
yeah,
successful journalist.
it's
And I think
incredible.
that's wonderful,
Yeah. And
you
I mean,
know?
no doubt music had a huge part to play in that. I mean, I know a lot of the kids I've worked with in the past, just like their parents say, like, we just want them to have more self-confidence. And I remember
Right,
seeing a statistic at one point, and I think it was that children who are involved in arts education are 56% more likely to pursue post-secondary education, and so that
right,
just kind of goes to show how
right.
powerful it is. And
Yeah,
even when they don't realize that they're developing self-confidence,
right.
they are. And I know that that's a huge part of the reason why I fell in love with music, because I felt like I had a voice. And so it is just amazing. I don't know. I mean, I feel so much happiness and joy getting to like pass that on to somebody else,
Yeah,
because it's just so
yeah,
empowering.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Well, anyway, thank you so much everybody for watching. So what we are doing right now, this is the last day or last night
Hmm.
of our special fundraiser, which is help finishing the school, the Congo's very first music school in Kinshasa that they are building right now. It's 98% done. The last 2% is something that we are trying to help with, and the all of the fund will be directly sent to the school, like in cash. So this is a really, an important fundraiser, and then I feel really strongly about this. Thank you so much, everybody who have been donated. Now we are at $3,989.
Ah!
3,800, no, sorry, $3,989. $11 away from reaching 4,000,
1,000.
and our goal is 4,500. But
Yeah.
I would be really happy if we can just go past. So somebody please donate $11.
$11.
$11, please do. That'll
You
be
could buy a
amazing.
salad with $11.
Yeah, I know.
11
Yeah,
$11
exactly.
for the
You can't
sandwich?
you
I
can't
don't
even
know.
buy a cocktail in New York for $11. So you know, but if you are watching this on Facebook, I think there is a link in the comment section. If
Yes.
you are watching this in the, what is that called, Instagram, you can maybe find a way to do that, or
Yes.
I
The link
think
is in the bio of the Instagram. So if you were,
oh, that's true, yeah,
yeah, you
on
have the
right,
$11, then you can go ahead and click on that link in the bio and it'll take
right,
you right to the page and you can
exactly,
donate.
and then
I'm
you can
putting the,
choose, yeah, you can choose what do you want to do.
yeah. I just put the link
um
in the comments of this Facebook live stream. So y'all can click on it if you would like.
oh, nice, yeah, yeah, so that's what's been happening.
I mean, we're
And
we're so close. I think it's so. I remember at the school tour, it was so cool to see these musicians, like clarinetists, violinists, just working with electrical wiring or knowing how to put up windows. Like I would not be able to
I
figure
know,
any of that stuff out
I know, I
at
know.
all. And so I was so impressed when I saw the construction and realized they were doing it all themselves. Because I mean, I sometimes my phone doesn't turn on and I'm like, well, that's it. Like I don't know what to do. And here they are, like, wow, how do I power an entire building? No big deal. I'll just figure it out. It's
Exactly, exactly.
crazy. It's so cool.
Yeah. When I first started like checking out their construction site in the beginning, is all about fundamental, like the fundamentals, like how they're gonna do. I don't even know the walls, like putting the cement into whatever, and then you're gonna hold it for 2 weeks, and then you're gonna slowly take it out, blah blah blah. They're doing all this, and it's like, how do you know how to do this? But I think it's just, their way of living. You have
Yeah,
to know. You
yeah,
have to know like how to do it
for
if you
sure.
are right. So it's
Yeah, and I mean,
you
they don't
know,
even have YouTube tutorials, right? Like, I would totally be Googling that, looking up, how
it takes way
to,
too much time to
right?
do Google thing. Yeah,
Right.
because,
Just know. Yeah,
yeah, they just have to know. They just have to go for it. And but I mean, look how well they did, you
it's
know.
incredible. I mean,
It's
I remember
beautiful.
seeing the orchestra rehearsal space for the first time. Y'all, it is gorgeous. It has like this balcony for the choir and these lights
Yeah, yeah,
hanging from the
yeah.
ceiling and open space for the orchestra. I mean, it was just gorgeous, and they
Yeah,
built it all by hand,
I know.
and here
I
we
know.
are in the States complaining about having to move our chairs and setups and stands, and over
Right.
there they, you know, they
Yeah,
are working what they got.
exactly. Exactly. They just, they just don't complain and they just do it. They just do it. They just
Yeah.
if you want something, you just make it happen. And that's exactly the mentality that they are having. And sometimes of course, like looking from outside, it's like, ooh, that seemed to be a little bit too like, yeah, like, ooh, are you sure that you can do that? But they can,
Yeah. It's
they
incredible.
definitely can. And that's definitely something that I've learned.
Yeah.
You know.
Um, so I mean, you've visited Kinshasa a lot. In what ways is it different, or what things surprised you, do you think?
Everything is different. Um, the first thing that probably would surprise everybody is when you land at night, you realize how dark it is because
Mm,
there's no street lights,
yeah.
and that's when I realized in the States or in Japan, there are street lights everywhere. And it is a thing. Like you need to have that, I think, right? Like every street
Yeah.
needs to have lights that is like on the side of the
Right.
street, right? Like every
Right.
whatever meters or every whatever foot, like they have that. In
Mhm.
Kinshasa, they don't. In the majority of the areas, they don't have it. So it's absolutely dark. The only lights that are coming in is from the houses.
Wow.
But when the houses don't have electricity, then you don't have electricity. And then you
Wow.
see like a backyard fire. That's another light then. You
Wow.
know? Things like
Hmm.
that. So it is really very, very dark.
Yeah.
Um there the traffic in Kinshasa is so bad. So
Really?
bad. So bad because most of the cars are like halfway broken, right?
Uh-huh.
And then they just don't have this concept of lane. Does that make sense? It's like if there are like three lanes, let's say, in the States, but let's say three lanes on one side,
Hmm.
they will be definitely they will try to create a fourth lane
Wow.
just because they feel like it's gonna be quicker. So they will like try to jam themselves between cars,
That
right?
is so,
Until
yeah.
they can't. And then you're stuck. Everybody is stuck. You see this?
Oh
You know
my,
what I mean?
that
And
sounds
then
scary.
yeah, and then if the other side of the lane, if you see an empty space going the other side, you will just go there. So now the cars are like this.
Oh
Everybody's
my goodness. What?
everybody's absolutely stuck and they don't know what to do. And then while doing that, because they don't fill up a gas because that takes too much money. So what they do usually is like they put enough gas from point A to point B for today. But as they are stopping, and if they forget to turn off their car, they run out of gas.
Oh
So
my
now
God.
you see a bunch of people coming out trying to push the car to the side.
Oh my goodness.
So it's
Wow.
a road where if there is no traffic, it probably takes 20 minutes to get to wherever, can easily take 2.5 hours. You never know.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
And didn't you say that the bus there, it has like this, I don't remember exactly what the name was, but I remember you told me and I could not believe it.
It's called Esprit de Mort. It means spirit of death. As the name suggests, it is the spirit of death. It's basically it's a bus that is held by its paint. It's
That's scary.
it's a minivan that probably takes maybe, I don't know, 15 people maybe. Yeah.
Wow.
But there are about 45 people in it, on the side of it, wherever.
Oh my goodness.
And then so they cannot close the door, so they don't close the door. Also, like on the side of the door, there is a guy who is hanging from the side of the door, and he's the conductor. He is telling everybody this bus is going that way.
That is so wild to think
Yeah.
about. What a job. That sounds like an adventure.
Exactly. And then there is, roughly a bus stop kind
Yeah.
of place, and then
Yeah.
there are people, and then so this guy on the side of the bus would say like, okay, oh, this bus is gonna go to West Village or whatever,
Yeah.
and then if that's the one that you want to get on, you run because this bus is not gonna stop, huh?
Wow. So you just gotta hop on and hope for the best.
It's kind of exactly. It's kind of like a little bit fast moving ski lift. It just keeps on going. You just
Wow.
get on and get off when you can
Oh my
and when you want to.
goodness. That
But
is,
the good
yeah.
news about those buses, like because they are way over capacity, they can't really go fast. So they're like kind of like they're just going like this the entire time.
It's so funny.
And then yeah, the guy on the side of the bus would just collect the money, pull them inside, and
Wow.
then in the next stop somebody's like getting out like this. Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
that's what they do.
That's wild. I think I mean, like, who needs roller coasters when you have the spirit of death? Like, that's enough of an adventure for my everyday. That's all the adrenaline I need to wake me up in the morning or whatever.
Right, exactly. And then the funny thing is that, so the Esprit de Mort, it was a thing for the longest time. And then the Chinese government sent them a new shiny bus, and then they called Esprit de Vie, the spirit of life.
That's too funny.
I know,
Oh
so they have spirit of life and spirit of death, and depending on
wow.
which direction you're going, I think they have a different car
Oh
now.
my goodness.
Um,
That is
yeah,
surprisingly deep and funny and dark all
yeah,
at the
right.
same time.
Exactly, exactly. But so you have to be able to sort of just, you know, understand that, okay, this is life and this is the way it is.
Yeah.
You can't lament too much. You cannot, it's just the way it is. So, like, you just, and the
Yeah.
people strongly in that.
Mhm.
So, what can we do, right? Like,
Right. I mean, I remember seeing a quote from one of the musicians in Music Beyond that was saying, like, just because we're Congolese doesn't mean we have to be sad, all the
yeah,
time. Right.
yeah,
Saying we can be happy and empowered and do creative things too. And I just love that. I
exactly.
mean, I think there's so much beauty. I think like part of, being human is having these adversities no matter what form they come in and
Right.
overcoming them. And I think it's so cool that part of Music Beyond is overcoming these struggles with grace and creativity and creating something good out of it. Like,
Mm, mm,
literally creating your own juice shop and making actual lemonade out of lemons. I
right.
just think it's so inspiring. And it's been a joy to watch, really.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's for me too. For me too. It's been there are more times than not that I feel like I have to give up.
Mm,
This
yeah.
is and then Allison, you have your own nonprofit, so you know how this works.
Yeah.
It can be a very, very lonely
It
business
is.
at times,
Yeah.
but interacting with these musicians and witnessing how strong they're living, how determined they are, who am I to complain?
Mm,
It's like if they're gonna be that strong, I have to be stronger than them
yeah.
because I'm supposed to be, you know, trying to support them,
Yeah.
right?
Ab-
So they inspire me every day to do what I do. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Incredible. I mean, I don't know if I've told you this, Kaori, but I practice flute in my closet because I live in an apartment. But on my closet wall, I have these inspirational pictures, and one of them is the ladies because they remind
Oh,
me why I play music.
amazing.
And so I'll be sitting there, you know, trying to learn the notes in a Telemann Fantasia, and I'll look up and see the ladies, and like it'll just remind me of why I play music and like the pure joy. Like, how lucky am I to be standing in this closet
Right.
playing a Telemann Fantasia? Like there's just so much joy to be had, and I don't know. Like I think it's almost very grounding, you know, in a
Yeah.
way to always have
Yeah.
something to come back to remind you why you do what you do. Like no matter whether that's music or working at a school or whatever you're doing, like remembering why you're doing it, as cheesy as it sounds, I guess, is
No,
so
but
powerful.
it is really very true, and you know,
Yeah.
you need to have that, and that makes us better musicians too.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes I'm asked, you know, in an interview or something, do you think that your flute playing, or like you as a flutist and you as a teacher, grew after you started Music Beyond? And my answer was 120% confidence is yes. And that's probably the biggest part of it. Why I can say that is because I feel more grateful for.
Hmm.
So like I put that into everything that I play.
Yeah.
I don't take any notes for granted,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
because it is, or I don't take any pieces of music for granted. Before it was like, ah, yeah, Carmen Fantasy again. Wow, this is the 225th time of Carmen Fantasy in the last 3 months. You know what I
Right.
mean? I used to
Right.
be like that, but
Yeah.
you know, I don't do that anymore, and that's yeah, that's a good thing, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I I don't know. I'm just so impressed, like at the ladies too, because I think so much of their life and stories inform their music. You know, I don't. We had a webinar earlier this semester, I guess, where the ladies shared some of their stories of their own personal, you know, what brought them to music and what music does for them, and it's just you can. It really brings like music really does give them a voice, and you can really hear their stories in their music, you know. And I
right.
think it's really cool too, because with this school, I mean, the kids who are going to be learning there and the safe place it is for women, like, I think it'll be a really cool place for people to start to find a voice to tell their story, right? And to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, learn stuff. And we talk about STEAM all the time, like science, technology, engineering. Being able to take that information and incorporate it with music is so powerful, you know. Um,
Yeah,
kind of letting your story just speak, you know, through the things you create, whether that's music or writing. I know there are a lot of
right.
journalists, a lot of nurses. I know a lot of the ladies in romance, there are nurses, right? So I don't know. It's
Mm.
just amazing to see that unfold.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, a lot of them are nurses. A lot of women are nurses. A lot of men are electricians.
Electrician.
That's yeah, that's their two things. But yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, how are we all doing? Good?
How's the
I have
how's
no idea.
the fundraiser doing? Have we gotten our $11 yet?
I know, right? Nope, I don't think.
Oh my goodness.
No, I don't think so. No. Mm-mm.
Oh man,
It would be
$11.
funny if somebody did like $1 and then it's like, you know, $3,990.
90.
You know, like
Yeah.
it would be funny. Like,
I think it'd be so funny
right.
if somebody
But
did
it's like, okay,
$10 and it was just 390, not like, you
ooh,
know, right on the
yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah.
That's true. Yeah. All right. So, anyway, it would be amazing if we can make this. Again, the 100% of it is we are just going to directly send it Western Union it
Yes.
to Kinshasa.
Oh,
So, none of it is going to go to Music Beyond.
all gonna go to the
This is
school.
all this is
Yeah.
all to the school, so they can buy the they can make the doors, they can put the toilet,
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
can, you know,
Get the food
they
for the
can do all kinds of things.
cafeteria. There's lots of stuff. And
Exactly.
if you want to see, personally, my favorite part of the school tour was seeing the rooftop canteen area. It is just gorgeous. And you
Yeah.
should definitely watch it if you haven't seen it. And thinking, what on earth are these people
Right.
talking about? I think it's on our
That's
YouTube.
true.
Watch the full tour. It's probably on
Right.
Facebook somewhere. And you can see
Yeah.
the kitchen, the place where they're trying to install a toilet, but they don't have one yet. The places that need windows, but they don't have one yet. I mean, it's just, and then at the end, the orchestra is playing and the choir is singing, and it sounds like heaven. Like, you should check it out.
I know. Yeah, it was quite amazing, and there are a lot of people who came to that webinar because we planned it. Like this is like a super last minute thing, so it's,
Mhm.
everybody's like, what? Um, but yeah, that webinar, like a lot of people came and they all were just, how how did they do this?
Yeah.
And then they're the one who is sanding down the wall, or putting in a ceiling, and then I'm a clarinet player, I'm a flute player, I'm a viola player, so like it's quite amazing thing to see.
It is so, and they are so, I mean, how creative and intellectual do you have to be able to be such a talented musician, but also know how to do that practical stuff? Like here in the States, at least I know people will train for years to become these amazing musicians, and that's their only focus. But in
Mhm. Mhm.
Kinshasa, these musicians are playing at a really high level, and at the same time they're also working as an electrician or being a
Right.
nurse or on the streets selling their products to people and taking care of their kids, but they still,
Right.
and it's just super inspiring. um, they are just so creative and smart.
Exactly. I was listening to a webinar the other day through Art of Hope, and one of the webinars are about career development, and then one of the panelists said that that's a little bit of a difficulty for artists in Congo, because they have to wear so many different hats. They
Yeah.
are, they're a conductor, but they're also electrician, or you're a clarinet player, but you're whatever. You're a jazz saxophone player, but you're cab drivers.
Hmm. Yeah.
But as much as I agree with that, the fact that it makes it difficult, I also think that it's a strength. It really shows how talented they are. It shows how determined they are,
For sure.
you know? And I think that's great. And Congo is like, to sort of like wrap it up. Congo is is flooded with talent,
Mhm.
flooded with natural resources.
Yeah.
Everybody that who is holding your phone right now, everybody that is holding your iPad or laptop or using microwave, all of you are actually carrying a part of Congo,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
without the minerals from Congo, your devices are not working.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
cannot charge any of your devices. So it has a crazy amount of natural resources in Congo.
Mhm.
There are crazy amount of human resources in Congo, right? So there are so much potential in the country.
Yeah.
What they need is an opportunity.
Mhm.
Potential doesn't mean much without an opportunity, sadly. And
Yeah.
opportunities are hard to come by. And that's exactly what we try to do with Music Beyond, to create an opportunity to perform, yes, perform, teach, but more about an opportunity to have a confidence, to build a confidence, opportunity for them to hope, opportunity for them to dream, to be whatever that they want to be,
Mhm.
because those opportunities are not really easy thing to come by in Congo. This school is exactly that. This school is creating this opportunity to people, to teachers as well as students. It's not just an opportunity to teach and learn how to play the music or how to play the flute, but it's an opportunity to connect with people. It's an opportunity to introduce, opportunity for you to explore yourself and introduce your art to the world.
Yeah.
It's a window to the world. It's an
Yeah.
opportunity for the neighborhood to become safer because of light. It's an opportunity for, yeah, for the neighborhood to be safer because of toilet.
Mhm.
it's an opportunity for kids to feel safer because of the space that they have. So many things. It's a school that are creating opportunities. Every school in the world are creating opportunities, but in the places like Congo, it's especially that, because opportunities are harder to come by. Hope is harder to come by. So that's why I really believe in Congolese people. I really believe in the work that we do. I really believe in the school that this community is building. Once again, I say this is not a Music Beyond school. It's up to you if you give to the school or not. It's not going to impact Music Beyond, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Because this is not going to come to us. But I urge you to do this because you are creating an opportunity through this for people that are insanely talented, that are so deserving, but they just don't have enough opportunities as of yet.
Yeah.
You know? So again, I'm sorry for being all serious. I told you. Um
No.
but I believe that, and I really do believe that. So I hope and then I hope you will continue to support Music Beyond in general. Nobody is being paid in the organization. I don't take any salary, any nothing. Allison doesn't take anything. Nobody is. Everything that we raise, everything that you give, it goes to our mission,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is the Women's Empowerment Program, which is the Teachers Training Program, which is creating a platform to support wider artistic talent in Congo, which does include building a curriculum, blah blah blah, all these things. But everything is going to that. So I really hope that you will support the last 2 hours or so of this fundraiser. I really hope that you will support this fundraiser, because this 100% is going to go to the school directly.
Yeah, and
So
when you give, I think one of the coolest things is right now it might only seem like $10 or $11, but you're going to be able to see, these kids, the desk that you bought, the music stand that you bought is still going to be there in years and helping the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. And just getting to be a very small part of that, knowing, that I got to look at the orchestras that the school, the performances that the school is doing in a couple years, and know that I was a part of making that happen is like so special. And so that's why, these last couple of hours, like it's your chance. It's your last chance to, be a part of this.
And this is again, this is a school built by the community, so they will take care of the school. Also, every single part of the building was built by them, so they know how to look after the building. So everything that you do, every single desks and doors and fire extinguishers and toilets and whatever, it will be looked after for years and years to come, because it will be their baby. So it's you've got nothing to lose, I tell you that. So somebody at least please do $11 so we can go past $4,000. That would be amazing. But but okay, it's been an hour, so maybe we should end this. But anyway, thank you so much, and thank you so much, Allison, for doing this.
Thank you so much for having me. I mean, I really enjoyed. I hope that everybody else got something out of it too. And $11. $11.
I know. Yeah, please, somebody do it. I don't know. I will do anything for this person. Just if you did $11 or more, send us a screenshot of it.
Yes.
That I did it. And then we will send you a letter.
Or maybe Kaori can play. You can request a song, and she can play her favorite
song.
I don't know.
All right. know. You never know. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Well,
Okay.
so great to see everyone. I hope that everyone has a great night.
Okay. And thank you. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Allison.
Yes.
See
All
you
right.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.